Now, of course, here, this is the segment talking about how you can build wealth through the real stock. There's a couple different ways that you can purchase stock here. Before you cap, if you decide to participate in this, you're not obligated to do it. But if you'd like to participate in the stock purchase plan, then the breakdown of how it's paid is as follows. And we can talk about that in more detail if you'd like to book a call. Once you've capped, this is what you get here. You get 150 shares. Once you've capped as a solo agent, if you are on a team, then this is what your cap is, of course, as the member. And this is the amount of shares that you get once you cap. And if you attract any additional agents as part of your organization, then these are the various shares that you get for attracting agents. Now, if you have a passion for teaching, Real gives you the ability to do that once you have become an elite agent. And there's some additional qualifiers. If you decide to teach a class here, because the majority of classes here at Real are taught by producing agents. So that's the difference with Real compared to EXP, is that you have to be a producing agent in order to benefit from the revenue share. So we don't have individuals that are simply recruiters joining and trying to get people to come over here. And that's done intentionally to protect the culture of Real Brokerage, because unfortunately that is the stigma for other brokerages, is that it's just a bunch of recruiters that are there and no one is really producing any business. So the part that I'm very, very excited about here, and I just talked about it at the beginning, is willable revenue share. So I already have quite a few agents that have decided to make the leap here to Real Brokerage, and I'm humbled by that. And for me, we're just building this thing out. We're going to keep building, keep adding value, because, the model sells itself. Agents want more equity. Agents want more ownership. Agents want to have a seat at the table. That's just what it is. We're not doing the pat on the back anymore for closing multiple millions of dollars of business. We're not doing the janky splits because it's a franchise model and it just kind of is what it is. It ain't what it ain't anymore. And again, having a company that values the agent so much that if anything, heaven forbid, happened to that agent, their family is protected. I think that's a game changer, because as I mentioned, at the other brokerage, as I mentioned, that I came from, EXP, if I had a bunch of agents that I was partnered with, business partners with, and they were part of my revenue organization, if something, heaven forbid, happened to me, my wife and our daughter would have to go and get their real estate license in order to continue to receive that income that's generated. And my wife and I love real estate, and she's working on her real estate license. But let's just say that doesn't happen. That means for all the hard work that I'm doing, if I were still at my previous brokerage, it would be gone if anything, heaven forbid, happened to me. So as a guy that has a financial planning background, I'm always thinking about how to make sure my family is protected if anything were to happen to me. So the fact that now here at Real Brokerage, they have a willable revenue share program, and I'm just going to read it verbatim, but Real's willable revenue share program was launched early 2023 and offers the ability to provide for your loved ones by designating a beneficiary to receive your revenue share participation in the event of your passing. That's powerful. I mean, that's incredibly powerful. There's no in the event of your passing if they go and get their real estate license. There's none of that. Because again, as a guy that's dealt with this kind of stuff from a financial planning standpoint, it's already a stressful time if and when we lose a loved one. It's an incredibly stressful time. And the last thing you're going to want to hear when you're trying to get that person who's passed affairs in order, trying to see what was what and what was out there, is that, sorry, you can't benefit from this thousands of dollars that person was generating because they were adding value to so many other real estate agents, that if something happened to that person, let's say I can't sell houses anymore and then pass. Well, now that money, if I were anywhere else, it'd be completely gone. And that's just, for me, very uncomfortable, and just another big reason why pivoting over here to Real Brokerage was a no-brainer, aside from all the economics. So if that's something that's important to you, making sure that your family is in the right position if something, heaven forbid, were to happen to you, this right here alone, the willable revenue share, is more than enough of a reason to see the value in making the pivot.